Good morning, Amber. How's it going there?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. Let's talk about all these bikes we have out here. Just
All right.
hold on. Let's take a quick scan of all the bikes. 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one's a tiny bike. It's a lot of bikes.
It is a lot of bikes. So we decided that we'd bring all of our bikes out here because we're just about to sell 2 of them. And then we're going to get another one. So we thought it would be fun to put these all together and give you a timeline over the last couple of years of our bike acquisition.
Okay, so what's the deal on this first bike?
All right, so this is the very first bike that I purchased after college. And I really wanted an all-around, one-purpose bike, which I'm sure you're all laughing at because there's no one-purpose bike. And like a lot of people, I wanted drops, I wanted to go fast, and I thought this is the kind of bike I wanted.
So is this a steel bike?
No. This is a really nice carbon fiber full frame bike.
Oh, wow, okay.
And it's a Spanish boutique brand called BH. I bought it in Centerville, or no, Herndon, I think. I got fitted for it. It has a very short reach compared to the, from my feet. I don't know what that would even be called, but basically it's fitted for a woman with a shorter torso. And it's a super light bike. I mean, it's probably 18 or 19 pounds. And I just really don't like this bike, unfortunately. It's scary to ride. It's really twitchy. A really comfortable saddle. If you're looking for a good saddle for this type of bike, this is a Terry butterfly seat, and it's probably the best portion of this bike. It goes really fast, and I do have these hybrid pedals, so I can clip in or use regular shoes. But I found very quickly that unless it was a really beautiful day and there was no gravel, that it really wasn't very practical, and I was riding my bike to work with a backpack. So
Yuck.
before I got the next bike, we got you a bike, and
Oh,
from
right.
my experience of this, we found this Raleigh Clubman on Craigslist. And
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
this is a really great bike because it's all steel, which makes it a little smoother on the road, I would say, a little more stable. Carbon's it absorbs a lot of the bumps, but it's still twitchy. Whereas carbon, I think, absorbs the bumps, but it's not as twitchy.
Steel.
It feels a little, did I say?
You said carbon twice, yeah.
I meant steel. Now, this is also a really light bike. It's a little heavier than carbon, but I would say this isn't more than 22, 23 pounds.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We have a velo orange rack on here.
Nice rack.
I had to swap this rack out. It did originally come with a Brooks saddle, which we moved to another bike. But it's a really pretty bike. It has matching fenders. These fenders are really close to the wheel, and these are still skinny tires. So
Yep.
it's great for riding, but you were riding it close to 30 miles a day.
Yeah, not that durable.
It's not meant for that.
A lot of stuff breaking.
So we'll get to where that went in a second. So our next purchase was this Brompton bike. My love, my baby, her name is Pink Floyd. This bike, I've been riding for about a year now. I love it. I love that I can go on the metro anytime. I can go into the restaurant in DC, bring it in, don't have to worry about it getting stolen. It does fold up. I have the rack. I have the M-type handlebars, which are the original handlebars. They also come a little bit higher, and then a couple of other variations. I put an extra bell on here. It's a brass bell. I think that sounds really nice. I ended up putting a dyno hub on the front with a pretty good light, and I really like that feature of it. Now, the one thing about this bike is when we go on social rides, I feel like I am really pushing hard to keep up with people going like 13, 14 miles an hour. This likes to go about 12, I would say, 12 to 13. And just that little extra makes a ride not fun anymore, because I felt like I was always really struggling to keep up with people. So, other than that, I love this bike. if I did it all over again, I would get the slightly higher handlebars.
Oh, the H handlebars?
Yeah.
Oh,
These
good
are
idea.
just a little too low for my... I really like to be upright. I did switch out the handlebars for these ergon cork grip handlebars here. They're really comfortable and it made a big difference. The only problem is it doesn't seem to be that they're very durable because they're already starting to break here. So I'm trying to get those replaced by the manufacturer. The other thing that I did differently was I put these quick release Grip King pedals on here. And so it doesn't fold like the regular Brompton pedal does, but I love these pedals. Made a huge difference in my ride, and it just really covers a good portion of my foot now, so I have a better, I don't know, just more options for my foot. And then of course I got this Carrot Ice saddlebag, and this has been awesome. It takes a little getting used to having weight on there when I move the saddle up and down when I fold it up, but other than that it's been really nice to not always have to have a bag on the front. So that's Miss Floyd.
All right. What else you got?
Well then,
So I'm going to zoom out for both.
The blog Lovely Bicycle, and she talks a lot about basically refurbishing a Mixte frame. So I started looking on Craigslist because I wanted to have a fun internal hub chain guard type bike. This does have a chain guard and an internal hub, but this is more upright and just vintage looking, and I thought it'd be fun. So I ended up finding this pair of bikes. It's a his and hers, the fenders match, and we were so excited about these bikes that we purchased them without really thinking about the size. We got them all fixed up and cleaned up and aired up, and then realized that they're really just too small for us. When I get on this bike, my toe overlaps I would say almost anyone's toe is going to overlap though. So
It's more the
these
knees,
bikes.
the knees hitting the handlebars.
Yeah, they're so cute, but we're letting them go. So we're hopefully selling them today, which is part of the reason why we're putting these all out here right now. I do want to eventually get some sort of vintage Mixte bike, but definitely a different size frame. So I'm sad about that.
It's okay.
Can't have it all. Alright, so after many trips of Carl going on the Raleigh Clubman over there, we went out and tried a long haul trucker, and it was love at first ride for Carl, I would say.
Super nice.
This is a much heavier bike, it's a much sturdier bike. This is meant to ride across the country on long tours, heavy loaded. It's a really great commuter bike, and we've done quite a lot to this bike. We've put a Tubus steel rack on here. It's called the Tubus Cargo, I think?
Cosmo.
Tubus Cosmo rack. Great rack. It fits a variety of bikes because of this feature here. Allows you to slide it pretty far away because this has a really long wheelbase. We also put a walled collapsible basket on here, so this is really nice for those impromptu trips to the grocery store when you need to add some extra stuff. Carl uses a backpack pannier on the other side of this for his general commuting purposes. We did put the Brooks saddle from the Clubman on this bike. Eventually we'd like to get a Brooks on the other, but it's not a major priority right now. Let's see. We also rigged this. I really like this. This is pretty cool. So this is a bag from a company called United Blue, and they make lots of different colors. This is why we chose this one, because I think it goes nicely with the bike. And it fits his lock and, saddle cover, his battery, because he has his battery in here and it attaches to the phone up here, so his phone never dies, in theory. We have a little rack from Velo Orange here, and then put this, we just zip tied after Carl drilled some holes, of the this bamboo cutting board, so that really holds it nicely. So the last thing we need to do is put some Velcro tape under here, and then it won't slide around. But that's something that's pretty easy to fix. And these Lumina 650 lights, any Lumina light honestly is awesome. They're called nightrider lights, and it gives a really great range in front of you for night riding. So Carl, do you have anything else to say about your long haul trucker?
Bigger tires. They even talk about how fatties fit fine on there. I have another water bottle mount for my large Hydro Flask 40-ounce water bottle. And I want to change the pedals to some two-sided pedals like on the other bikes.
Yeah, that
one of these days. That's about the size of that.
And you'd say that you definitely like this.
That's the main bike.
Yeah.
And it's blue.
And it's blue. We found this on Craigslist too. That's
Yes.
another story. So this is the latest addition to our fleet. This is Carl's Brompton. We got it at Bikes at Vienna, same as my other Brompton from Tim. And they're a wonderful shop to buy a bike, or buy any bike really. They have all sorts of bikes there, recumbents, folders, and Linus bikes, so upright bikes, more transportation oriented. But anyway, he had this demo bike on a reduced price. We just couldn't resist, because now Carl and I can go on rides together at similar pace, since these little tires do go a little slower, in my opinion. Eventually we'd like to outfit this with the dyno hub. It has battery lights on it right now, so we can just swap out this light onto here. And it doesn't have the rack, but honestly, these bikes don't really need the rack. I think if I were to do it again, I may not get the rack. It's a nice addition, but it really adds weight to the bike. I didn't realize it until I had ridden this and folded it up, and I thought, man, it really is a lot lighter. This is an H type, so this is definitely more upright, and I'm a little envious actually. And if my bike weren't pink, I would consider asking Carl to switch with me. But I don't think that he wants to.
He doesn't.
Bike. So that's about it. Thanks for listening.